Hi, my name's Nicola. I'm going to jump on this episode with Prosper. We're going to talk about my journey and financial freedom. Keep watching.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another exciting episode of the Online Prosperity Show, the number one place to find exclusive insights, methods, and the behind-the-scenes strategies from the very people that are solving problems you might be facing right now. So if you've ever struggled with finances or maybe got stuck between raising a family and maybe chasing your dreams, or you've wondered whether starting a business this late in the game was even possible, then this episode is for you. I'm your host, Prosper Taruvinga, and today we are joined by someone who's lived all of the things that I've spoken about, but she refused to settle. Now, Nicola, how are you doing today?
Good morning, Prosper. How are you? I'm very well, thank you.
Absolutely. See, Nicola, I've heard a lot about you, and I'm just dying to hear your side of the story. While we were waiting, I heard you laughing in the waiting room. Is that something that you do often, or?
Yeah, everyone says that they can hear my laugh from miles away, so they know I'm in the room already.
Fantastic. So, Nicola, you and I can never go on a high stakes investigation, where we have to be undercover because people would just
Oh, no, we definitely wouldn't be able to do that.
Fantastic. All right. So maybe we should just settle to what we know best. And maybe, you be letting us know what it is that you're doing and how you've been creating legacy for yourself. Now, for those that are meeting Nicola for the very first time, she is single mom, a former nightclub licensee, at the edge where most of us, we're still maybe trying to figure out how to order a drink or how to bring in a fake ID into the club.
Oh, yeah.
He was already in that space. And now a rising leader inside Livegood, which is a subscription-based health and wellness company that's really shaking up the supplement world. And she will just maybe hint on what that looks like and how that actually works. But as you will notice, her story and what she is doing now wasn't just about the money. She actually is doing this for her legacy, because she signed up, her kids, for them to also see how this actually works. And now she's set them up, and she's also going to be letting us know what that actually looks like. And I feel like that is very, very powerful. Even if you're in business or whatever it is that you're doing, if you're not going to be making anybody else's life better, then I don't think whatever we're going to be doing is going to actually fulfill us. So we are going to be talking a little bit about her journey from a financial struggle, mindset shifts, the mentorship, the community, and eventually the freedom. And yes, you also get to figure out why her team actually says you can hear her laugh before you've even seen her. So I want you to grab your favorite drink. As you will notice, Nicola is probably sipping on a cup of tea.
Yeah, a cup of tea.
As she is, purely English, but you can have a drink of your choice, be it a kombucha. My favorite one is whiskey, but we'll save that for another time. But make sure you subscribe to the Online Prosperity Show and make sure that you stick with us till the end. Now, Nicola, I know you signed up for freedom, and now I'm just rambling on and on, talking about things that I'm not even qualified for, taking up your time. You obviously started off way before today, and the journey has not been the easiest. Maybe pick a point where you want to start, and we can go from there.
Yeah, obviously, I think when you have children, that you want to give them everything that you can. And being a single parent, I obviously find that quite hard at times, because I was juggling a lot of things. I was making sure that You know, I was working, I could pick them up from school, I could also attend all the events, sports days. That was really important to me, that I made sure that my job fit around my children. But I just needed a little extra money. So I've always tried different things, different side hustles, so they call them, just to try and make, you know, that extra bit of money. So I have tried things along the years, and I've just found something that is absolutely unreal. It's just changing everything. People are succeeding massively. I went to an event on Saturday, met some of my team, and the leaders there, you know, one of the guys started this over a year ago, and there's different ranks that you can hit in this business. So you can hit bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and diamond. So the higher the rank, the more you earn. But like you said before, the good thing is you can include your children in this business, which is unreal. So I signed up both my boys. My boys are now adults, but I want to leave that legacy for them. I want to leave them something that I can say that I did this for them, you know, because the thing is, I couldn't do it before. I didn't have the extra cash. I didn't have the extra money to put in a savings account. I did, and then I had to take it back out again to buy them shoes or to buy them uniform. So it's just something now I can leave to them. If they want to go on holiday, they've got that money there that's building and compounding behind the scenes. It takes a while. It obviously takes determination. You've got to be very confident. You've got to be consistent. But what this can do for you, it's changing lives. And I noticed on Saturday that they're just normal people. They're just normal people who just want a bit more from life, just like I did.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for opening us up to that. Now, there's one thing that happens to a person, especially when they have kids. They either want to give them that which they didn't have themselves, or give them that which they were afforded themselves by the ones that came before. Now, in your instance, which side are we leaning on? Are you trying to give your kids that which you already had, or that which you didn't have?
Obviously, I try to teach them that, you know, you need to work hard. And they both do. They're both working hard. They both bought their own cars. So they've both got that financial independence themselves. But I just wanted something that I could leave for them, or just something to set up. Like it's a bit like a savings investment fund. But they will be able to have access to that. They'll be getting that monthly residual income just to use if they want to. And eventually, they might not need to work. They might be able to go and travel the world like I did. That's what I want to leave for them. I mean, they can be enjoying it now. They're getting money in their accounts now. So it's just a case of the more it builds over time, it will be there for them to use, to fall back on. And that's something I didn't have. And that's what I want for my children.
And you were about to get into what you didn't have. What was it like growing up, Nicola?
Yeah, it was the same for me. I had to be independent. I was working weekends when I was like 13, 14 to get the extra money. So I've always kind of liked having a bit of extra money. So I've always been independent. And, you know, as soon as I could save up to travel, that's what I did. So I worked in the travel industry. I worked at Manchester Airport, and that kind of gave me the buzz to travel. So I saved up about £1,000, I think. And then I decided to go and work in Australia for a year, where you are. That was absolutely amazing. I spent 9 months in Perth. Then I went to Sydney, Brisbane, Airlie Beach. I travelled around Australia. And then years later, I decided I wanted to travel again. So I ended up working on the cruise ships. So I was a fitness instructor on the cruise ships and absolutely loved it. I met some amazing people, went to some amazing countries. And I just really want this for my boys. I want them to be able to go and travel the world. That's what one of my sons wants to do now. You know, he's already started his travel journey, but to give him this extra income that he's just got at the side available, and it's compounding all the time. He can just look in there and go, I'll just pay for it with that. I don't need to use my money. I can use the money that my mum has gifted.
Absolutely. Now, Nicola, I think you're going to have to do your trip again, because you didn't actually come to Australia. The real Australia is in Melbourne. The rest are just people camping around, you know, just hoping we're going to invite them in. So if you're going to be telling...
I need to come back.
Great stuff. And I love that you just also mentioned, you know, the fact that you were trying everything that was coming your way. And, you know, the one thing that you've also mentioned is, you know, being a fitness instructor on the cruises there. Was that something that you had already started working on before you jumped onto the cruise? Or was that something you picked up as part of the roles on the ship?
Yeah, that's something that I did before. So it's something that I was interested in. And I just thought, you know, this will give me an opportunity to maybe go and see the world. So it's something that I did for a couple of years before. So I was working in different gyms, doing classes. And then I heard about an opportunity to go and work on a cruise ship. And I just thought that, you know, it's like a dream to me, really. I get to travel. I get to earn money. I get to, you know, and then I could also earn commissions on the ship, which was good. So I could promote the products. I had to get up in front of 50 to 100 people and do a seminar. I was like so scared about doing that. They were like, yeah, right, you need to get up. You need to do a seminar about arthritis. And I thought, I can't. I was hiding in the back saying, crying to my colleagues, I can't do it. But I just had to get out there and make myself do it. I learned about it. I stood up. I promoted the products. The products sold. The passengers were really happy with the products. So you just have to push yourself out of that comfort zone sometimes. And it does make you a stronger, more resilient person. And that's happened quite a few times. You have to push yourself out of your comfort zone. But if you don't push yourself out of your comfort zone, you're never going to get anywhere. It's all about mindset, really.
Absolutely. I like that, because you see, when you get to a new place, you are by definition a rookie. You're starting off learning the lay of the land. In some cases, there's a different language that's spoken in those areas, but obviously, you know, it might not have been the case for you, but there's a whole different cultural norm, expectation that you have to adjust to, and times, weather, and all those things. Some people never leave their front door, let alone the state they were born in, and might not even know what a passport is supposed to look like, you know, and things of that nature. And now you're giving that gift to your kids. Was that a yearning that you probably had growing up, or is it something that has now become possible because it is available?
It's something I've always wanted, I think, because as parents, we always want to make sure that our children are stable, happy, nurtured. You know, we want to leave them something, don't we? I think all parents want to be able to leave the children something. And I just thought, I'm never going to be able to do this. But now I found this business. It is possible. It just makes me so happy that I can leave this for them. I don't mean leave this for them in the future. This is something that they can have immediately. So it's already in the background working for them. So they're having money going into their accounts, passive income that will build and build each month, and also weekly as well. So it's just something that they can use to buy the products if they want to, because this company does sell the most organic health supplements that everybody uses at the moment. So if they want to, which they do, they use my son uses the protein powder. because he goes to the gym a lot. I personally use the products, which are absolutely amazing. They're all organic. But if they, after buying all the products, then they've got the extra money, which they withdraw into their account and use it as and when they want to. But at the moment, it's just building and, it's saving up for them. So when they want to take that trip, when they want to go somewhere and travel, or when they want to maybe put a deposit on a house or buy a new car, they can do that. They can use that money. So, yeah, that's something that's been really important to me, that I felt like, because I was always working and obviously paying all the bills and, looking after them, I didn't have that extra money to put aside. I didn't, but now I do. And now everything I do from this business is actually helping them, and it's working for them. So all the work that I put in, they benefit from it as well.
Well, now, did you have any help, obviously, in raising them? Like you said, you wanted to be there all the time at their sports games and everything else that they're doing and things of that nature?
Yeah, I had family that supported me. I've got my brother, who is absolutely amazing. He has supported me all the way. So he's been the male role model, whereas the dad was in the life for a while, but then eventually fizzled off. So he doesn't see them anymore. But my brother's been a massive role model to my sons. So both my sons work with my brother. So he's given them a career. He's given them mentorship. He's given them someone to look up to, that male role model. So, yeah.
See, when kids are growing up, they're very impressionable, and whoever is around them usually becomes what they sort of become.
Yeah, that's true.
Did you have any role models or people that you sort of wish you would be when you grew up?
Not necessarily role models. I was always quite happy with who I was. It's just that because you don't have as much time to build a career. If you're in a partnership, then you would have somebody else to pick up the kids from school. Then you may be able to build, a better career that would bring more money in. But then to me, my most important thing was to spend time with my children and make sure I was there for them. So even though I couldn't save and they had everything they needed. They had the support, they had the family, they had everything they needed, but it was just that I couldn't save for them. That was one of my main things. I couldn't save. I couldn't leave them anything. I couldn't buy them a car. I wanted to buy them a car. When they passed the driving test, I couldn't afford to buy them a car. They had to save up themselves to do it. And I think it's amazing that they've done that. I'm very proud of them for doing that.
So with all, your coming up, you said you tried other businesses before, you tried other things. What made you feel that the path you're on now was different? Or was there a moment that you actually got it and you said, I think this is it for me?
Oh, yeah. As soon as I saw the business model, I looked at it, and within 5 minutes, I was like, yeah, sign me up. Just sign me up, because it's just unreal. The compensation plan, the way it works, the way you can include your children in this business, because the founder of this business wanted it to be a family business. They wanted to be able to involve your children. So, yeah, it was just, for me, it was a game changer. You don't have to sell any products. You don't have to buy any products. Basically, it is a subscription. It's a bit like Amazon Prime. You pay a subscription fee. You get access to the most amazing health supplements, which are organic. And we need those every day anyway. And you're getting them at wholesale prices. I mean, this is just the start for this company. They've started with these products, and they were also doing skincare. They're going to grow and grow and grow, like Amazon started with books. So basically, you subscribe to this platform, and when you refer someone else, they pay you for everybody that is subscribed. So can you imagine if Amazon did that years ago, where we'd be right now? I mean, Amazon have over 200 million members at the moment. We have, at the moment, we have 2 million members, and it's only into its third year. So it's just going to grow. It's growing daily by about 1,000 people are joining each day. So it's just something that I know I've got in at the right time. Definitely.
Oh, absolutely. You got the first mover advantage on that one. Now, obviously, for this to work, there has to be an element of you showing up, promoting yourself, and talking to people about this whole thing, because as you say, this is 3 years old and not a lot of people would know about it. How are you getting about that? And, what are some of the hurdles that you've been facing while you're trying to reach out to people and, express the joy and satisfaction that you're receiving?
Yeah. It's just a case of promoting it, really. And because I've had a background in sales before, I have done, direct sales as well. So that always helps. And it's just a case of talking to people. It's reaching out to people. It's telling your story like I'm doing today, seeing if it resonates with anybody else. It's not easy. I can tell you that it's not easy, but as long as you're consistent and you've got the right mindset and you're positive, then anything is possible. It's always good to speak with other people who are doing the same thing that you're doing. So we have weekly team meetings to motivate each other, which really helps. We share tips. All the training is included. Mentorship is included. So I have an upline. She will, contact me on a daily basis or, weekly basis. Or if I need her, we have a group chat that we can go in if we need any help with. We have different support groups on Facebook. So there's always someone there to ask a question if you're not sure. And it is just a case of just being resilient and just never giving up and just keep content. The more people you contact, the more people you talk to, the more people who are going to see this and see the vision and see the opportunity that's in front of them. And once they do see it, that, they're signing up. So it's just a case of contacting as many people as possible, because we're only 2 million members at the moment. You can imagine when we're up to the size of Amazon, it's just going to be unreal.
Absolutely. And I think you might be living under the statement, some will, some won't. So what?
Yeah,
So you just move on.
Yeah, that's right.
Not a lot of people will get things at the very first go. But you did mention that you've got a support system within, the framework or the business and stuff like that. But these are people that, are like-minded, and obviously it's safe and comfortable. Was there a fear that you had, especially when you were going out there? What would people think about me, or things of that nature? Because so many people face that, especially when they're venturing into something, that they haven't done before.
Yeah, that's so true. You're so right. And it's something that you want to tell everybody about. You want to shout it from the rooftops because you think this is absolutely amazing. But in a way, you're thinking, well, what are people going to think? Because I've done different businesses before, and are they going to think, oh, she's doing it again? Are they going to be interested in it? Not everybody wants to do something like this online. Not everybody can do this online. And I did have fears about going on Facebook or on TikTok. So I did go on TikTok, and it was quite nerve-wracking at first. It was nerve-wracking to go in front of the camera. I wasn't sure what I was going to say, but the more you did it, the more confident you get, and you've just got to push yourself out of that comfort zone. You've just got to go for it. And you can't be bothered what anybody thinks, because it's not going to get you anywhere. It really isn't. You have to just go for it, because if you believe in it, it'll happen. If you believe it'll happen, it definitely will. And what other people think, it doesn't matter. If they don't want to watch you, they can just scroll past, can't they? And that's what most people do. But if they do, and you get an interest, then they will listen to you. They will want the information, and they will reach out to you.
And what sort of things are you putting on your TikTok or social media so that the people that are watching here can also maybe jump on and have a snooze and see what it is that you're doing?
Yeah, it's just explaining about the business, just getting people interested, telling them about the subscription industry, which is a $1 trillion industry, which has grown and grown and is going to continue to grow. So it's just basically giving people a little bit of information just so that they can be interested and then come and speak to me about it. And then they get to watch a video about exactly what is offered, about the products. They can see all the products. They can see what's available. And then they can also watch a video about the compensation plan, which will explain exactly how you get paid when you join someone up. So you do get paid weekly if you join someone up. You get paid the next week, and you also get paid monthly as well. And the monthly is residual income, so it just keeps compounding and compounding. So the work that you do now will also compound over time. So you do the work once, and then you just continue. It continues to grow and grow, and then obviously that funnels down to your children. So if you imagine I'm here, underneath are my children. So the work that I'm doing, all the people that I'm joining under me, they're then receiving income from that.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for sharing that. Now, with obviously what you are doing, this is something, like you said, was only available 3 years ago. Let's just say hypothetically this didn't exist. What would you be doing?
I'd probably be looking for something else as well. Yeah. I would be looking for something else. I've tried different things, like I say, in the past, and I think sometimes you get to a stage where you either need to go back and retrain to increase your salary. But this is just something that I think I know is going to work because I've pushed myself out of my comfort zone, and I can see the vision. I can see it by next year. Yeah, definitely. I can just see it happening. I can vision it.
And it also helps, obviously, because part of your team these are people that are hungry for growth, people that have also been searching like yourself,
Yeah.
And it really does power you. But this now means you've stepped into somewhat of a leadership position, and so many people are not prepared for when the time arrives. There's not an official tap on the shoulder. You're a leader now. Has that sort of taught you anything about yourself so far?
Yeah, it's given me a lot of confidence. And it's nice to be able to help other people too. So not only am I in this just for myself, I want to be able to support other people. I want to be able to help other people who may be in a situation who needs to earn a bit more money. I can show them the way. I can teach them what I've learned and support them along the way. So yeah, it is a good feeling to be a leader, and the fact that I'll be able to help people get out of that maybe 9 to 5, give them more freedom to do what they want, to buy what they want, just to be able to get that extra bit of money if they need that. So I'm glad that I can do this and help other people.
And obviously when we started, I mentioned about your undeniable or unforgettable laugh that people can hear before they've seen you. Has your laugh ever maybe helped you break the ice, especially when you're talking to somebody for the very first time, or maybe actually win over somebody in business?
Yeah, I think obviously with the way you are, I always say people buy people. And, I think my laugh is just one of those. It's quite loud. It's quite contagious. People like to see people smiling and laughing, and it does help in business. And it may not help at my son's school when he said, "Please don't laugh in the play, Mum," because everybody turns around when I laugh. You see. But yeah, in business, you just got to be happy. And people will warm to you then. People will warm to you as a person. You've got to have that kind of personality. You've got to have the confidence, definitely. Because like I said, people buy people. And they've got to resonate with that person. They've got to be able to get on with you and think, yeah, that's something that someone I could work with. That's someone I think I'd have a good laugh with. That's someone I could be open and honest with and, share my hopes and my dreams with. And I want to help people create and go for those dreams, definitely.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously you are a personable person. We were already laughing before we even got started, so
Yeah.
that's something that's remarkable about yourself. But obviously you are carrying a business that will also then need to sort of speak for itself to the uninitiated, especially, if you're going to be talking to other people. Is there any misconceptions about the type of business that you're running or subscription-based wellness businesses that you just wish people would understand before they ask too many questions?
Yeah, I think with any kind of online business, there is a lot of misconceptions. A lot of people will call it a pyramid scheme, but pyramid schemes are illegal. It's not something. This is not a pyramid scheme. It's basically a subscription-based company that pays you to refer other people to get healthy. So yeah, there is a lot of misconceptions about it. But it's just people just need to look at the bigger picture, look at the compensation plan, take a look at how many people are succeeding in this. And we have groups, we have Facebook groups where people have shared their stories and, shared how they have been successful with this. And there is proof there. So, yeah, there is a lot of misconceptions, but people just need to look at it first before they put their opinion.
Oh, absolutely. Now, obviously you've introduced to us, Nicola Potts, who, as we said, came from all that financial struggle, changed your mindset, and now you've built a community and you're leaving a legacy, for your kids. But the people that are watching here are also looking for pointers and things and ways that they too can elevate themselves so they can do and have a happier existence. Now, if you would maybe look back at the younger self, that was maybe the version of you juggling bills, kids, life, everything else in between, what would you tell her now, knowing what you know about life?
I would just say that you need to be confident. You need to be confident. You need to have a strong mindset, and you need to be consistent, and you need to really work on yourself. You need to do some mindset work. You need to be around positive people. You need to be around people that have the same interests as you. Not all the time. Obviously, you have friends that have different interests, but the people who strive and succeed, those are the people that you want to be in a room with. Those are the people that lift you up. Like on Saturday, the people were in that room were absolutely unreal, and they all want the same thing, and it just gave you such a buzz to be around the people who want the same thing. So I think surround yourself with positive people and you will receive positive things.
Absolutely. And, if somebody's intrigued enough and they just want to maybe check you out, I know you've told us you're prevalent on social media, but where can they go and they can find you, or how can they start?
Yeah, so we can leave a link here, maybe.
Mhm.
And then you can just take a look at, I've got a page that you can look at. It will give you all the information. You can go on Facebook, you can go on my TikTok, you can go to my website and just have a look and see what you think. And if you have any questions, my contact number is on there. So you can always give me a ring. We can have a video call. We can talk more about it. So yeah, all my details are on the landing page, that which will probably be included here.
Oh, absolutely. And thank you so much for affording us that. I will definitely include that in the show notes, Nicola, so
Thank
that
you.
people can get started. Now, obviously, we know where you've been, we know what you're doing now, but you haven't told us what's next now that you have this newfound freedom. I mean, what can we expect from Nicola Potts, or where should we be tuning in from to hear
Yeah,
your next adventures?
exactly. I think I might come to Melbourne.
But now you'll be
Yeah.
welcome to Australia. You know, you can tick Australia off your
Yeah.
bucket
Yeah.
list.
Yeah. The good thing about this, though, is you can do this from any country, so it doesn't matter where I am. I can still
Mm.
carry on doing this. So yeah, that's my next aim, is to travel and just work from all different countries. Why not? Years ago, I was sat on the beach with some of my friends, and I said, there must be a business that you can do online from anywhere around the world. Just sat on the beach, and I found it. It's unreal. Yeah,
Absolutely.
and we were all sat there racking our brains. What could it be? What could we do? I can't think of anything. Everyone was saying, and anyway, I've just found the business that I wanted and I wished for probably about 15 years ago. It just wasn't around then.
Absolutely. So it is true that they say be careful what you wish for, right?
Yeah,
Because
that's true. Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, if you put it out there to the universe.
somebody would have some system or process that will then deliver on whatever you asked for, and it doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, that's so true. So true.
Nicola, I can't thank you enough for the time that you spent with me on the call today. I mean, your life story and your experience, and that what you're doing, not only for yourself, but for your kids and all the other people that stand to benefit from this, is truly remarkable. And yeah, thank you for sharing this journey with us today.
Thanks, Prosper. It's been a pleasure. Thanks
Great.
so much.
I know there was fears, the mindset shifts, and the legacy, but it's all part of the building and putting it all together. I kind of feel like you owe us a book, Nicola.
A book. It's funny you should say that, because I've always been saying I need to write a book. I need to write a book. But I think you've wrote one, haven't you?
All right. So whenever you're ready for that, you can always come back on the Online Prosperity Show so we can launch the book,
Yeah,
right?
sure, definitely.
Absolutely. For everybody else that's watching and listening, let's really thank Nicola for her time. And if Nicola's story touched a part of you because she was on a journey, unless you're dead, something would have really resonated with you there. You see, maybe it's the part that really wants more freedom, or the part that wants more confidence, or just simply a financial future, not only for yourself, but something you can will to your own kids. Then I really encourage you to maybe rewatch this episode now, knowing what to look out for, just so that you can relieve that spark. Or if you got that which you wanted, I also encourage you to just share this episode with somebody who might need to hear this, because in our lives, we come across a lot of people that are trying, but they can't seem to be finding that which actually resonates with them. So they might find themselves in Nicola's story. So just share this with them. And if somebody has shared this video with you, I think you owe them a hug. Just give them a hug the next time you see them, because they literally have helped you be, do, and have a happier existence. And now that you're here, don't forget to subscribe to the Online Prosperity Show so you never miss out on any episodes that are actually life-changing like this. Until next time, I don't know what you're going to do with this information, but bye for now.